Hi everybody, Mature Simmer here. So welcome back to Basics series in American Truck Simulator. Sitting here with $116,000. Ran our first load last episode with our new trailer. Haven't taken a look at the career screen in a little while. So we can see here we're on day 16. I probably need to rest. Problem is it's going to be 4 a.m. at that point. So the one thing is you can buy used trucks, but you can't buy used trailers. Hoping they're going to consider that in the future. Alright, so I'm either looking for hazmat loads or I'm looking to kind of head into this space here. So that would be my goal. Boise, Idaho's the wrong way. Jackpot, Nevada's kind of the right way. I'm just not getting what I was hoping. Let me see if the cargo market, as opposed to the external market, is any better. This may make the most sense. Ooh. That's going to be hard not to take. Let's see. Colorado, Rock Springs. But this is what I was hoping. So we can take dynamite around. Alright, so I'm going to do this. I am going to take dynamite, because this is part of why I like hazmat too. Like, we're getting some pay. Oh, you know what? I'm going to lose this order. I need to rest. So I can't do that. Let me go find a place to rest. Let me do that. Because I've probably only got 3 or 4 hours. I'm not going to finish that load in that time. I turned the wrong way. Oh boy, I forgot I have a trailer. Silly me. I'm gonna end up like... Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Alright. Yeah, I haven't driven with a trailer in so long. I kind of forgot I had a trailer. Can I turn sharp enough? It's not going to let me turn. Alright, let me back up. So I basically jackknifed here. Alright, let's see what we can do. Well, that was just a really poor result on my part, let's be honest. Alright, I should be okay. That's really, really close. So let me back up a little bit. I don't need to cause myself more difficulty. Alright. Should be okay. I really needed to plan where I was going. I was so excited about hazmat loads. Then I'm like, I can't get that load. Because yeah, I'll get it, I'll have to go to sleep, and it's an important delivery, and I'll be late, and then any income I have will be lost, so that would be bad. So let me go. I think I can go to that international dealer, and I know I can just sleep in their parking lot. So I'm gonna do that. And then we'll see what we have available. Maybe another load will come up. Maybe something a little closer, because that one was a little more east. But it would have been alright. I don't know that I've ever been to Kayenta or whatever it was, Arizona. I've probably been through it, but I don't think I've ever had a delivery there. But this will discover the international dealer. We already have international in our repertoire. I'm guessing I have everything I need in my repertoire, but in any event, we're gonna have this one. So I'm gonna go ahead while I'm here, because it would be foolish not to. I'm gonna take a look at a couple things. So first off, I'm gonna do repairs to my truck. Alright, I can do an 18 speed with a retarder. I just don't remember what's in these, because that'll give me some added ability here. Alright, so the question is, because I don't really need heavy cargo, Because if I go up to these, you can start seeing that basically the benefit I have for heavy cargo goes down. So I was thinking I wanted to get one of these engines, but I'm really not sure that that makes sense. So let's see. Because basically the hill traversal is a little bit better. You know, and I'm thinking it's not that I can't do, it's just optimized for that. So I'm going to burn more fuel because it's more horsepower. But I'm going up about 100. You know, it's increasing my heavy cargo capability a little bit. But again, with the dry van, I don't know that I care, but the hills traversal and uneven terrain is certainly something. So at this point, because I'm going to get some refunds and so forth, it's just going to cost me that. So I'm going to make this change. See, and I'm not sure with an insulated dry van if I could still carry uninsulated items. So I'm not sure I'm going to make that leap yet, because I'm thinking this is going to be a reefer, but I'm not sure what we're going to see there. So I'm going to not do anything on the trailer right now. But that definitely makes it worthwhile, because we now have, you know, a truck that's got a bit more oomph. The 18 gears is going to help me move more efficiently. So I've always liked an 18-speed gearbox over the others. You know, maybe there will be something a little bit better later, but as long as it has the retarder, I'm usually okay. Come on, where's my trigger? I just hate trying to find that. Alright, let's go ahead and sleep. Alright, 4 a.m. Let's see what we've got available to us. I almost hit enter again. Okay, so it's looking like none of these have really changed, which is not surprising because these are usually driven by, they're not driven by game time. I'd really rather not go to Colorado. But yeah, the one to Arizona is gone. I'd like a longer one than this, but it gets me in the right direction, so I'm going to take it. I'm not thrilled with it, but my other thought is I'm dropping off at a BHP Billiton, so maybe there will be a hazmat order from there as well. Did they turn off my lights? Probably, yeah, because I was in service, I guess. Oh, turn right. I don't know why I'm not able to listen. I've got interest in doing my jobs, and for the life of me, I can't do them. I've lost my mind and my ability to drive. NFI. Who else have we got? Redaway. Oh, got a double there. Looks like UPS turning in here. So we should be gone before they're coming up. Alright. So, gotta go get this load of dynamite. Yeah, just Montrose, Colorado takes me totally in the wrong... Like, I just kind of came through there. I'd rather not head back that way just yet, unless I have to. So again, if I end up in Salina and everything goes east, then everything goes east. But I should be able to, I would think, do this load and then do another pretty quickly. And we should be able to get 2 loads done here. Might be a little bit longer. I was thinking I was going to do that last episode, and then it turned into, well, this took long enough. We'll see what the lights of getting out of here are going to do to us. Because right now we're waiting. There's a hazmat placard ahead of us, but tankers, I think, most of the time will be taking things like that. I don't know that like transporting water or something like that would be terribly helpful, and I think you transport almost anything else, any kind of chemical, is going to have a hazmat placard on it, I would think. Alright, so that is a Picket truck, which I think is a in-game brand. So I may... got to try to remember to take a look at like the Real Companies mod and see if they've done anything for these new states recently to make some changes. I don't know that I've seen a lot of changes in those mods, so I'm thinking they're just... Whoa, nice nice turn. I'm also worried I'm going to need to go left here, so I'm going to slow down. I can't imagine it's going to have me go right. I don't know, I guess I better look.
Go straight.
Go straight, huh? Alright. That's true, we're not leaving town yet. I keep forgetting that. We're going to pick up our dynamite. And as one might expect, they don't store dynamite in the middle of the city. So it's off at the outskirts, so I gotta kind of cross through Provo here, and then get to the other side of town and pick this up. It's a lot busier than I thought it would be at 4:30 in the morning. But if you've followed the series and you've gone through the journey with the tanker, you may recall we got 3 or 4 jobs every place we were at to pick from. There weren't a lot of choices. You know, we're getting 3 or 4 screens of things that we can take now. So that's really what was driving my decision, is I felt what has happened is what would happen. So I'm glad that things have panned out as I expected. This is going to take me forever if all these trucks are going to traverse town this way. Alright, well, I know I need to be to the right. I think he's going to let... well, he might. He appears... oh, well, never mind. I didn't realize. I guess I can see on the map. I should have realized that it's coming down to that. I'm assuming these are just going to be stop signs back here, but maybe not. You know, and it's not uncommon. I mean, obviously this is a more industrial area we're headed to now, so I'd expect a lot of trucks. Are they all going where I'm going? I don't understand. I would think some would be turning to the left, but I'm not seeing any turn signals that way.
Turn right.
And again, they can probably go places I can't even see on the map, so it's possible. Let's see. Well, this guy's going to the right too. Nobody wants to go to Archer Daniels Midland over there, which is kind of the farm, but there is a road that way. Whoa, that scared the heck out of me. Alright.
Get ready to turn left.
So I think they all did turn to the right. Alright, it's a yield. He's coming, so we're gonna let him through, because that's what a yield sign means. Now we're crossing train tracks. It'll be just our luck. We'll get stuck with a early morning freight train of some sort.
Get ready to turn left.
Oh wow, there's not even any gates here. We have to stop and look. Those I don't like. I'm hoping this isn't an active train track then. Alright, I think we're good. Alright, now we need to turn left. Nobody coming that way. I think we're okay that way. We are. Alright. This looks like it's going to be an interesting traversal up into this thing. Huh.
Get ready to turn right.
I mean, again, that's part of the hazmat land, I guess. By turning right here.
computing.
Oh, I should have gone the other way. Oh well.
When possible, make a U-turn.
I mean, this will get me up there. Just might have been easier the other way. I don't know. But I'm
When
going
possible,
now.
make a U-turn.
So this is exactly where the bigger
route.
motor is helpful. 'Cause this is kind of what I was looking at,
Make
where,
a U-turn.
you know, I don't know that we're going to have a lot of logging camp deliveries or things
When
like that,
possible,
but
make a U-turn.
I don't know why it keeps
Finding
telling me
a
that. I mean,
route.
for goodness sakes, it's right up
When
here.
possible, make a U-turn.
Because, yeah, it's... Oh, I see. So it would have been better to come in the other way for sure, because, yes, at this point, I'm going to basically have to pull in and then back out or something to get what I need. But maybe it'll line me up in a good way. So maybe it'll work out. We'll see. Alright. So we want... We're going to Salina. Right? Yes. And I was confused. Oh, I can take that to Pioche. That wasn't on there. I wonder if that just showed up. So, at this point, I'll just take this one. Again, it's the same thing. I'm actually getting more per mile, and that will be a full trip for sure. So now that we have this option, this all worked out pretty nicely. So let's take that. Alright. Alright, so now I need to go there. Now I'm going to use my amended rule. Alright, so I'm going to pull forward a bit, but I basically need to back up and then go by and then come in there. Alright, so let's go forward a bit. Again, my rule is in this series is I am working to stay in the cab when I'm moving, but someone suggested, but a trucker will get out and look around, and I kind of misunderstood them first. I'm like, well, A, you can't do that in ATS, but they're like, yeah, but you can do it with the drone camera, and to abide by your rule, just don't move the truck. Like, but use the cameras that are available to you to be able to see around the truck, because a trucker will certainly do that. They won't confine themselves to not get out of the cab and then crash into things because they can't see and they're just guessing. So that made total sense, and so I'm like, alright, yeah, I can do that. So the nice thing is at least getting here. Now let's make sure we clear the forklift, because when I left Walmart, obviously I didn't do a good job of getting where I needed to be. I guess we'll just go all the way up to the vegetation here. So I'm gonna need to think, no, that's the wrong way. I need to go this way. I'm always a little bit off sometimes of where I want to go. Now the question is, alright, I can see it in the mirror there. Whoop. So I want to go a bit more that way. And then we'll start to straighten it out. Okay. That's pretty good. But I should be able to then pull out pretty nicely and just take the exit that I came up in, and that'll work out. But yeah, if I had come up the way it had suggested, it certainly would have been cleaner. No doubt about that, because I would have just driven through and then been able to drive straight and come around here. And so live and learn, go a little slower next time instead of just taking the right turn. Because I knew better. I knew that normally it would have said something. Alright, so it's probably going to be about 7 before we load. It took a little while. I hit the enter key, but it didn't take it for some reason. Alright, so 7 a.m. I don't know why it had switched Maybe because I was in the service station, because I want my trip meter. Alright, and this was like 320 miles now to Pioche. I still had Salina in my head for a second. I'm like, no, I took the longer haul. So this will be a pretty good payday too. I mean, 23,000. I don't think we're going to have enough experience to level up yet. I think that's a bridge too far, but it'll not be bad, that's for sure. But we're going to get to see how things operate. Sorry, I had to answer a phone call, so it's probably going to be a cut in the video there. It's going to be like, why did he stop? And that's why.
Get ready to
Don't want to
turn
be
left.
driving the truck while I'm distracted, for sure. So,
Turn left.
alright. So turn left, I assume means, why is it not stopping? I know I'm heavier, but my god, I'm not that much heavier. Alright. Alright, and now we'll see which way it gets us out of town, and then we'll go from there.
Get ready to turn right.
Alright, I was hoping it would just take us to 6 and that would get us where we needed to go, but clearly it's not. Alright.
Get ready to
Probably
turn
should
right.
have stopped at the train tracks. I didn't think of that, but I'm like, I don't know that that thing's open if they're
Turn
just
right.
doing a stop sign. Alright, well, we know we're going to turn left, because otherwise it's just going to the other point, which isn't going to help. I still keep thinking I'm going to Salina. I cannot get in my head. I've got a longer trip. This is what I'm doing, because I'm thinking like,
Keep
oh, am I
right,
going to be able
and
to
then
do another
turn
load?
right.
I'm not doing another load. This is just a regular longer haul, 300
Turn
miles, and we'll be good. So, alright. So I feel better. I don't care which way it sends me. So I'm going to reset. I'm not sure if I reset when I picked up, because that 17 miles may have been me coming over here to get it, going across town. So let me just reset it, and that way we know it'll be a little over 300 miles and should be good. But yes, so I think we're headed toward Vegas. So we should be going left here. Not sure why it's not saying anything, but maybe because I can't go anywhere else. So it's like, I don't need to tell you anything. Oh, I almost clipped that corner. That would have been not fun, especially with a load of dynamite. Alright, let's see. My cruise control speed was also not there, but I think again that was all the work at the shop. I'm sure they, swapping out an engine and all, and a transmission. I'm sure that disconnects pretty much everything. So, in any event, we're good. This will probably be my entire set of runs today. So I've done a lot of American Truck Simulator episodes. By now, I'll have already made my decision, but I think I'm probably going to try to get things out every 4 days or so like I was on the American Truck Simulator with this initial thing. Then I might go back to the 8 days after this, where I'm just trying to get something done every week. But at least now I feel like I've got a cleaner path forward, so this will definitely help. And that was really the goal of swapping to this. So, this isn't that big of a hill, but once again, if I went to a bigger horsepower engine, yeah, it might pull a little bit better, but this isn't bad. Because I'm pretty sure this is a pretty heavy load I didn't really look. I probably should have. But I do love the 18 speed. I love seeing that 18 there, because it definitely helps me accelerate smoother, faster, because we've got a much better gear ratio with those 5 extra gears to move us along. And, you know, we'll take a look. I mean, it doesn't mean we're done with upgrading the tractor. We'll see as we unlock things once we get through level 20, 25. You know, when we have all of our options open to us. Alright, Scipio. I do remember that. So we'll see. As always, when I start an episode, it's always like, hey, it's a new start to the career track of 2 weeks without any kind of violation. Hopefully we'll do that this time and won't have any challenges. But as we go along, like, this should move us along pretty nicely. I'm surprised it doesn't look like we're on that big of a hill at any point, but we're not able to get ourselves to the 65. But that may be a bit normal.
Right. And then exit right.
Alright, well, now we're probably done with interstate. So this may take a bit of time as we
Exit right.
are meandering through here. I mean, the roads will be up to 65, but sometimes it's hard to stay at that rate.
Turn right.
And a lot of times they'll do kind of what we have here, where we're going, but then we are making a turn again when the road continues, so we're constantly having to slow down because of the way the roadway goes and how they take us through
Get ready to
through the
turn
world.
Right.
Alright, so we're headed toward Delta.
Turn right.
Alright, just want to make sure I can make that wide turn, because you can see those back tires barely staying on this side of the line. So that is one thing. It's not that the tanker was any better, although I think a tanker's not typically 53 feet in length. I think they're a little shorter. But it just was not working out. Alright, well, I probably should cap myself at 60 if it's 55, otherwise I do run the risk of getting a speeding ticket. It seems if you're more than 7 over, you become a much healthier target. Yeah, the question is, do we just go through this intersection? Is it going to have us move over? I don't know.
Keep left. And then
Yep.
turn left.
Oh, well, we don't have a choice. Now I can see we can't continue. But this is kind of exactly what I meant, where that they kind of keep you moving. Alright, let's be careful here. Alright, we are clear. So this is Delta. Welcome to Delta, settled in 1907. I am not sure I've ever been through here. It's part of the fun of these games, these sims, is that there's just so many areas to go to that even though you put hundreds of hours in, you get to places you've never been. You know what, I'm going to move over, because that way I'm not stuck behind 2 trucks. Albertsons, that is a grocery store. Alright, we should be turning green. We got a, what, PT Cruiser in front of us? A 2-tone PT Cruiser. And I'm not sure, an older Older car, not super old, might be 90s, it might be 80s probably at the oldest. Alright, and then once we hit that hill, I think we're out of town, because then you can see we are shrinking back down pretty quickly after that. As far as the road, that's what I mean when I say shrinking back down. Alright, we're at 108. I'm sure he'll pull ahead of us. Adaptive cruise should take care of that. I do like that in the game. It helps avoid slamming on the brakes, things like that. Alright, state line I didn't see. I saw Eli was 179. Not sure if we're headed quite that far, but we will find out. Alright, I was going to say, we're only 40, but now we're up to 55. So we're good now to just keep going. That's the other side of the Delta sign. Oh, someone ran into each other there. Radiators smoking. So, pretty flat countryside. It's the one thing out west, you're not getting a lot of beautiful stuff. That will be interesting as SCS moves east. There's just a lot more variety in trees and just a lot more tree cover. So I'm just wondering if that's going to create a bigger challenge to timelines. Because if they're having to place thousands of trees, where here, obviously, you're just a lot of scrub. I mean, it might not be any easier to place the scrub, but I guess we'll see. And in the end, I mean, the nice thing with this is you can still drive around in what is available, and at this point, I think we've got, I would argue we're probably close to 50% of the landmass in the continental 48 is already available to us. So while we have a lot of states left going east, as far as sheer numbers, like I don't think we're to 25 states that are released. The total land is, I think, real close, and I would almost guarantee that by the time the next 3 that are in the pipeline... What? I'm not going that fast. I cannot believe he flagged me down for going 55, or 50, whatever it was. I guess I was... Oh, it dropped to 50. That's what happened. Alright. Because, yes, I was 10 over then. Because normally if you're, like, no more than 7 over, it's okay. Alright, well, this should slow me down just because there's folks. Like, please don't let me run into the back of the police cruiser. I was just kind of letting the adaptive cruise control handle it. It did alright. Alright, I think this will get us back into the 6 figures in the total cash balance once I'm done. Alright, we're about halfway, but if all of the trip is on these roads, it's going to take some time. So we're definitely on what we would call the scenic route. And climbing a bit, but we're also restricted to 35, so I think we could go faster with my engine capability. I don't think that's my bottleneck now. But I think we're topping up once we get around these next couple turns. Looks like we've got some road work ahead. 1,000 feet, so just around the turn here, I'm sure we'll see something. No center line. Alright, so it looks like they've kind of shaved the road down. So they're usually doing this when they're repaving. Although it did. sure what I was going to say with that. I had a thought, and it left me. Alright, now I'm back up to 65. So that is good. Alright, now we're going back downhill. Not a lot to talk about here. It's just desert and rocks. So that is part of the challenge of out west. But part of it also, I'm sure, is the fact that I've had 6-7 episodes to keep chattering for the last probably 2 or 3 hours of time. It's hard to fill that much time regardless, so. Alright, Pacific time zone. And that also then speeds things up. But we are maxed out, I think. Well, actually, oh no, yeah, I think we are. Yes, the cruise will not go any faster. It's hard to tell. For a while I thought that whatever boulder that is coming up, oh, I thought that was a car, but that it is a car. It's just off to the side. So I was a little confused. I'm like, am I catching up to traffic? But it did not appear, obviously, that that is what was happening. But what you're seeing now is partially why I'm not putting points toward additional distance, because I don't really know that I'm going to run jobs that far. And that way I get a cleaner view in my job board as well, because I'm not having, say, up to 600 or 650, I think was the next jump from where I'm at. So, you know, it would show me all those jobs. Yes, I could pick something that was shorter, but then I can't very quickly tell, oh, there's 2 screens of jobs that work in the external market, and there's 4 that work in the cargo market, or vice versa. And they would all be workable time-wise for me because they're all under that shorter distance. So we do have 1 skill point to distance, so we're not shrunk completely, but I think, yes, we're capped at like 400, I believe. Alright, another turn, no speed limit on it, so I'm guessing it's just a sweeping left-hander that I should be able to take its speed. I do not know what that sound was. I don't know if you heard it. It was like a, I don't even know. You can go back, maybe turn up the volume, listen to it. Alright, got a wind farm out here. So those are always fun. Some people are afraid of them. Some people claim they kill birds. Those people, I think, are crazy. But yes, some of our more high-profile politicians, who shall remain nameless, but probably don't need anything more than that, jumped on that stupidity bandwagon. You know, does a bird or 2 get killed by a windmill? I'm sure, but you know, they were trying to make this claim because, of course, God forbid we get away from fossil fuels in this country to do anything. So it was like, oh, wind power is threatening us because then we can't have coal-fired electric plants as our source. So we need to make them evil because we're not going to have any birds left because the windmills will kill them all. But whatever. Alright, so Pioche is where we're headed. Just make sure nobody's coming there, then I can turn a little tighter. But yeah, we're down to about 60 miles. Almost seems like we're going along an interstate there, coming up to one, but I think it's just the way that things are moving. So Vegas 265 it looked like, Pioche 42. So who knows? Maybe my next delivery will be to Sin City. But if I can get myself up to speed, we'll make these 60 miles up before we know it. But this may be the last segment. I think it is. I think it was a kind of a little straight shot at the end into Pioche. I'm assuming I'm saying it correctly. If I'm not, you know, because it could be, I don't know, Pioche. Could be some Indian word. So they're, you know, Pioche instead of Pioche. Like more of the French thing, like brioche. So, always not sure with some of these how they'd be pronounced, but if someone hears this and can let me know definitively. Yeah, it's just one of those things I don't typically take the time to Google it, or because I'm not out in this area. The likelihood of me ever coming through this town is pretty low. Alright, there we go. You can see our delivery point. At the top of the hill, we're probably going to be at 300 miles. So everything is coming together. So there's the crest, so we're a little bit short, but not too bad. Alright, and so this is going to be out here.
Get ready to turn right.
Now the big challenge is, again, when I don't hit the space,
turn right.
Does it give me credit for having discovered it? Because otherwise, I'm not going to find jobs. I'm going to have to drive into town to unlock finding jobs here. So you would think that they would change this and say, you know, maybe when I get to the facility or something, but as of right now, it hasn't discovered Pioche for us. And this was not a place I've been through yet in this profile. I've been through here before, just not in this series.
You have arrived at your destination.
Oh, there we go. Pioche discovered. So that works. So, like, you could drive down the road and not get there. Oh, okay, we can't go that way. So I'm guessing I need to turn to the right and then back in. But where is the delivery? Oh, I see it now. It's flashing on the ground there, but initially I'm like, do I have to back in through that gate or something? But no. Alright. So, should be this way, I think. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to play some games here. I don't know, maybe I can pull further forward. I didn't think I needed to go that far, but my trailer has some length, so this is probably only another 20 or 30 feet. It's not that far, but it might be enough that it works. Alright. Not sure what I'm hearing. It sounds like a ratchet of some sort, dragging the front of my truck along the wall there. So that doesn't help. Am I clear of that? I think I am, just barely. My goodness. They don't make it easy, that's for sure. It's part of the challenge though, right? Alright, I might have to reposition. Where is the front of that crazy thing? Alright. Maybe it'll be alright. It is hard to see in the sunlight exactly where they want it, but I think I've got it there. So we'll go back straight a bit. This guy's terribly interested in my parking job. I guess I am bringing a loaded dynamite, and he'd probably rather I not bump into something and explode. So I suppose I can't blame him for being interested. Alright, so that should then let me kind of get over here, and then we'll see how we fit. I still should move over a bit. Alright, so we're going to stop the engine, and we're going to unload. Alright, 8 hours, 41 minutes, 59 gallons, 937. Not bad. That is a good chunk. But again, we got urgent, we get the distance, you know, the proficiency's getting us some more cash, and then the hazmat, you know, if I can... The thing I don't understand, Class 1, like, I can't seem to add things to that. So... I think it's just hazmat. Oh, Class 1 is dynamite. It's just that the type of hazmat. So I think the bonus is just flat. Like, it doesn't rank up like these other things. 112,000. So not doing badly. We'll see what we get into next time, but hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you have and you haven't dropped a like, please consider that. If you are not a subscriber to the channel, please consider that. And I will see you next time.